Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. And this is the perfect transition to this discussion on being an entrepreneur. We all have a mission, right? And this is what we're going to talk about today. We all work with a clear purpose and direction. And there's always some level of influence that comes with it. I'm very glad to introduce our keynote speaker, Carol Pepper.
We're all beautiful flowers, but when you put the bouquet together, it's even more exquisite. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about my journey as an entrepreneur, how we take all of our genius out into the world. So all of us are entrepreneurs in different areas and aspects of our life. Some of us in businesses, some of us in our families, or what we're doing in our community or our volunteer work. And so I hope all of this learning will be useful and inspiring and help continue to take the energy up to the next level in this conference. So in my little town in Massachusetts, the biggest ambition that a woman would have would to be, say, a teacher or a nurse. And then I went to Bryn Mawr, and these women were talking about being presidents, being scientists, running companies, and I just had never met any women like this in my life, and so it was such a mind-opening experience, and they were from all over the world. And that's how I started to become an international consultant. I had no idea about being an international consultant. I had never built a family office before, but I said yes, and I went ahead and did it. Because even my own company is virtual. All of my partners and colleagues do not work for me, they work with me, and that is by design, because that's the way I think that we should work.
And a real question, how do you go from your zone of excellence to your zone of genius? So let's meet 5 of them today. They're coming from the US, India, Russia, Switzerland. Each of them play a role in their society and in global business. They do have a lot of influence.
As the world was changing, I could see that a lot of that we as designers were driving wealth for people who could figure out how to collect us, how to use the images that our creativity would make.
So it was really a very personal way back into visibility and creating my own thing, and decided to fulfill my long dream and build my own jewelry company. I want to create like a new paradigm.
This is a new phenomenon in the history of the world. The history of the world in every single country, for women to own their own property, to have their own companies, to be the boss. It is a completely new phenomenon.
Staying a woman, but still given male function. Or pretend that you are male and play in their game by their rules. So how do you fight with that?
There are positives of being a woman. We connect with our people very much. We become emotional leaders. Our strengths are there as a woman leader, and that's what I try to focus on. At the end of the day, it's business is business.
When you talk to a woman about her portfolio, she's interested in, how does this money affect my family? How is this going to help us over the next 30 years?
I would be answering something like, okay, I understand your children are important to you, so we should take care of the life insurance programs, we should make your portfolio more conservative, etc., etc. And when I am speaking to men, then sometimes I even switch to a strictly straightforward male language.
I tend to think that my femininity is defined by me being a social entrepreneur. Does that define my being a woman? Do you think so?
And perhaps it comes from being a mother, that we care for our children and that we want a world to be better for them. We don't want the water polluted. We don't want global warming. We don't want terrible things to happen. We don't want a nuclear war with North Korea.
Maybe women have to teach more men about what it's like to run a business and the social impact. It's a fact. But I really like that women can be entrepreneurs, and not just for doing good, but like you started your talk, like you wanted to get rich and pay back your debt.
I really rely a lot on my intuition. I think my family is very close to me.
And obviously, this is a new phenomenon. for women to own their own property, to create their own jobs, to be the boss, really. Boss ladies or not, just the boss. We're not trying to fit in or take the men's jobs. That's not the point. Business is business. So whether men or women, we still need to thrive and succeed.